Hey guys, Cesar here. This is perhaps the most important video I'm going to share this year. So please pay close attention and share it on all your social media networks because I don't want you or your loved ones to get hurt. Let's get right into it. Hey guys, so I'm going to make this video as raw as possible because it's been on my mind and I just don't know how to package it. So I'm just going to say it. So a loved one, I'm just going to call her Tammy. Worked for a high-tech company for many years, over 30 years, and she retired, and she liked using a virus protection software on her computer called McAfee. It came out with the year's notice of renewal, and she got an email from McAfee as she thought, and this can happen to any of us, not because she's retired and she's a senior citizen, but it can happen to anybody, all right? Because the logo's there and it looks promising. There's a local 818 number, which is here in Los Angeles. And so she calls the number and an Indian gentleman picks up and she says, you know what? I don't want to renew McAfee. I want my refund. So this person takes remote control of her computer, guides her to how to install the software, and gives access to who she thought was McAfee's virus protection team. Unfortunately, she opened up the back door to her computer where this fraudster can now control her computer with an ID or password regardless of that. For example, when you're using like TeamViewer or any remote software, there's usually a password that rotates every session or when you restart your computer, and that person gives that ID number to that person to connect. Regardless, this fraudster came in and had access to the computer, guided her to, I don't know the process there because things were kind of faint of the conversation, but things were led to basically having them see how much value of a bank account was in the retirement fund. And this fraudster now took advantage of that figure and went after the money. Now, this is where things get a little crazy. This person submitted, say, I'm going to give you back your $300, right? And so they accidentally submitted $30,000 by adding 2 extra zeros to the account. Now, I don't know the process. I didn't see it because I didn't have access at the time to this whole process, to the whole view. But I can tell you the 2 websites, and I'll post them below this video of where this fraudster sent her to. So, this fraudster submitted $30,000, right? And so then he said, oops, I don't want to lose my job at McAfee. Can you please pull the money out of your account that I just sent you and then deposit it into here's a QR code from the WhatsApp account that they were communicating across, because eventually that's what it led to, and then go scan it at this Bitcoin machine. Again, I wasn't there. I'm just kind of prefacing like how the circuit of events kind of happened. And I'm trying to say this with great calm because this is sad that there's such low-life pieces of shit out there that would take advantage of our senior community. And of course, no other than India had to do this. But it can be any race, it can be anybody, but it just happened to be, I'm pretty sure it's a call center that does this for a living. I'm pretty sure because I'll tell you what happens next. So here's this person putting $10,000 because that's all the bank allowed them to take out. Fortunately, actually. But the fraudster says, hey, don't tell them it's for refunding me. Tell them it's for you're buying a car. So try to get the 30 grand out of your account, right? Because I don't want to lose my job at McAfee. You're doing me this favor by submitting the cash through this Bitcoin machine so that I can get my money back. Is this making sense? And so fortunately, the bank only allowed $10,000 per day. She got the $10,000 out. She got another $10,000 from her private savings account some other bank, and it's now $20,000 into this Bitcoin machine. And if you guys ever done Bitcoin, I haven't done Bitcoin machines, but I can only imagine $100 bills, $100 bills being inserted into the machine. At this point, I find out. I get a call from my loved one, son. He calls me and he tells me, hey, this sounds like a scam. Can you step in and investigate? I ran my own IT service company and security and other network issues that for many years, and I'm still sort of involved in that. But this kind of scam is a whole different scam. This is, well, not really. It's social engineering is what it's called, where they're manipulating the person on the other side to listen to this conversation and get them to do something. And you know, some of us younger folks in your 20s and 30s, you call BS. But as you get older, you know, either things slow down, you're a little more kinder to the world, and then somebody out there wants to take advantage of you. And that's exactly what happened here. So what I did was I remoted into that computer to investigate what was installed. I saw the Ultra Viewer, which is like a team viewer, was installed. And then I was in there having a conversation with this person. As soon as I was in the computer with TeamViewer, I see this pop-up come out. Don't recognize the software. I had already checked the startup items in Windows, and I don't see the software on there. The icon doesn't look familiar. So there was some type of backdoor that was installed in the system, in the registry, possibly. I don't want to get too technical. I'm trying to keep this as a high level. And the point of this video is for you guys to share this video with your loved ones. I don't care where you're at in the world. Share with them, because this scam needs to be exposed. We've reported it to the FBI. FBI is already in communication with the family. And we have also called our local sheriff. I have a friend that does a full-time business in cybersecurity. He put me in contact with the guys involved with the DA. The DA guy tells me, this is a common scam, Cesar. And please, you know, because this person, she thought that the money, she says, well, I still owe them $10,000. I mean, this is how innocent they are. I still owe them $10,000. The DA says, don't be surprised if the 30 grand that was supposedly stolen there, it just goes vanish. So she goes back into her bank account, talks to her bank. Bank says there was never 30 grand that was installed. So some of you guys that watch this video, you may have known what the process is, and maybe it looked like an oops install or oops with, you know, deposit rather, and it just that never shows up. So how do we prevent this, right? Education, sharing this video, helping people out, because there are evil people. I strongly believe in my heart of hearts, there's a special place in hell for anybody that takes advantage of a senior citizen or a child. A person in general, but those two right there really hit home. A senior citizen, because I worked with the community for a long time when I was a kid, and a child. You heard those two. It says in the Bible, be careful. You got a special place coming for you. So, education. Please share this video. There's probably no way we can get that money back unless the FBI steps in. 20 grand lost like that because of a scammer's email that led somebody. You know, for you and me, we look at the email, it's like, oh, this looks like a scam. But not everybody. I mean, you can catch somebody on a bad day. It has happened to me. And you trust this person, especially on Telegram, which I hang out a lot. I constantly have to ask. There's another video on my channel that talks about how to spot out and how to qualify a scammer on Telegram. And lately, this has kind of been my norm. Is like it hurts me that this one hits home. So I have to share this video. And please do share it with people that you care about. I'm going to share this on all my social media networks. This is perhaps one of the most important videos that I'm going to share this year, because I don't want anybody, you or your loved ones, to get hurt. Right? You work so freaking hard for that money to protect it, especially if you're in your retirement years. You're living on a very fixed income. For some asshole to take advantage of you, excuse my French, but these are just disgusting people that have no moral compass, right? Lowlifes that are willing to take advantage of innocent people. I'm going to share some details about the scam here, some screenshots, and maybe do some voiceover talks about what occurred. My best advice is, if your loved one or you are that person has let somebody into your computer, because about an hour later, they were able to access PDF files of bank accounts. You don't know what else was injected into that computer. Your best bet is to take that computer off the network, unplug your router, you can turn it back on your computer, and try to uninstall any of the software. My best advice is wipe it clean, back up what you need, maybe have a professional to go through and check all the files, because we don't know what exactly was installed. I will tell you that this scammer closed my window, right? When I was in there with TeamViewer, he was in there as well. So something alerted him back home base, hey, this computer's online, let's jump in. That's why he started chatting with us while I was in the session. So he knew that this computer was online, right? So this backdoor software was like a relay. And the URL, you'll see here in a second, this URL says Russia, but it's not Russia. It's actually just a relay of some software. If you guys know what the software is, and you're in the IT world, like myself, I haven't come across this one, please let me know. I'll post some information here in a second, but let's wrap up this part of the video. This right here is the initial email. As you can see, it's got the McAfee logo, but if you were to ask me, I'm looking at the November 11th date. There's a period there. That's a dead giveaway. Typos. And there's other things like the trial of this email that was generated looks fake. It doesn't look like a professional email. So these are red flags that I would say this is not a real email. And so we must educate everyone to look out for these signs of an unprofessional email. What you see here is where this person took. They opened up a run window. They took over the computer by going to and advising this user to go to ultraviewer.net and sec247.org. The sec247.org, I believe, is the backdoor software, and the ultraviewer.net is the remote software. What you see here is a software that I don't recognize, has a green icon at the top. This gentleman, Eric, or this piece of crap, Eric, is trying to get the rest of the money. While I was in TeamViewer, he was popping up with this software. Now, mind you, he can still see the computer even though we didn't give him an ID. So he has full control of this computer to control it, as long as it's on the network. You can see here a URL relay for the server. This relay for the server is from Russia, but most likely the headquarters of this call center is in India because of the other videos I've seen on YouTube regarding this issue. This is perhaps the worst Indian scam that I've come across in my days in the IT world, and I've been in it since the 80s. And it breaks my heart that it happened to my own family. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to myself. I've been scammed by people that I've trusted on Telegram, chats, any social media platform. And people are so good on the phone with social engineering, trying to convince you that they're going to educate you. I've had leaders tell me, don't share this information. Stop focusing on negative. No, screw that. I need to educate, because that's what I live for, to make sure that the average Joe does not get hurt. God bless you guys. Please share this video. The craziest Indian scam that's happening right now, because they're looking to scam you for Christmas money or whatever holiday money they need for whatever they celebrate in that country. I just think if you guys watch this video and you're that scammer, just know you may not pay the price down here on earth, but you will pay the price in the next life. God bless you guys.